Good morning, everyone. You joined me from Circuit de Catalunya. I'm in the company of the lovely Michael Schumacher. What a lovely tribute they've put for him over here. There's a bit more cloud this morning, so temperatures will be a bit low this morning. We've got Lewis Hamilton out in the Mercedes for the morning session, and we've got Valtteri Bottas coming out in the afternoon. Charles Leclerc, he's got the Ferrari all day today. Should we go up a bit more? We're going to try and get a bit different vantage point from the circuit today. Even though we covered most of the angles yesterday, we did lose some of the footage, as it were. So we've come prepared. We've learned from our mistakes yesterday. Well, to some extent anyway. We've come with a packed lunch. So we're not going to go hungry. So hopefully we keep the energy levels up, keep the videos rolling, and keep the content coming for you, boys and girls back home, wherever you are in the world. Give us a shout out from where you're from, what you're doing, and what you're up to today. We're going to be going up on the upper story of the grandstand to start with. Oh, I love the sound, I can hear it already, baby. So yeah, we get a different vantage point. I've also got my cup of tea and a bacon sandwich to start the day. So we get a good vantage point of the pits from up here, which is what we want to do. The hills are alive with the sound of F1, and it's magic, baby. It's magic. So thinking of coming here race day, this looks like an incredible vantage point. I'm going to switch the camera around so you can have a look for yourselves. It works. Here we are. As you can see, you're inside all the team garages. We've got Renault. I'll check their scheduling in a minute to see who's running. I think they're probably going to split the day like they did yesterday. Yesterday they had Hulk in the morning and Danny Rick in the afternoon. Here comes the Red Bull. Pierre Gasly in the Red Bull today. Sorry, Dutch fans, there's no Max Verstappen on track action today. No Max Verstappen on track today. We've got a car in the pits. It's the Alfa Romeo. I think it's Giovinazzi. He's got his first day of solid running as he comes in. Them rear wings are a lot more complex by the look of it this year. Looking amazing. Looking amazing. So tell us what you think, what you want to see. Just got some strews in it, need to be a bit careful. So that's Charles Leclerc. He's going to be putting his first hot laps in. As you can see, the covers are coming up. They want to keep, oh, you can't really see. We've got that little beef in the way. We've got Racing Point back into the pits. I mean, that's Lance Stroll, I do believe. Here he comes, in goes the Ferrari into the box. Past goes Renault, blasting down the straight. Now, something which was really interesting, I was looking back on it and in recap last night was about. Can you share the groups again in a minute? Yeah. There's something. So it looks like Merck covered up for this morning. They're not really up to much at this present time. So Hamilton's got the car for the morning. Red Bull guys standing around. I think they're waiting for their car to come back in shortly. Garage is wide open. As you can see, no Williams at the track. No Williams at the track. Oi, Fernando. Fernando's not here, mate. He's gone to pastures new from now on. A great, beautiful view up here. It's a bit chilly this morning. Can still see your breath. What else is not out? We can see in the garage over here. I'm going to try to zoom in for you if it can. You can see inside. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm using the handheld phone. Is the Toro Rosso boys. Cars in the garage. They're looking to get out soon. That was the Renault. So yep, we expect to see Gasly coming into the pits in a minute. So we'll try to get a close up for these guys over here. Let's try to stabilise it. Into the box he comes. So that buzzer indicates to everyone working in the pit lane, get out of the way. And he comes. Good morning, Warren. How are you today, Warren? Keeping well? Haha, laugh. In she goes. So Pierre Gasly, the first full Red Bull, first day on the job really. So you won't want to do anything too shabby with the car, I must say. So we're going to try and stream for you for most of the day today. There will be some little interludes. Like in a short while I'm going to have to take a coffee break, etc. Much better now. Good to hear, Warren. Good to hear. Yeah, it'll be nice to see Charles out on track, see what he can do later on. Here comes the Renault again. What number is it? Number 3, Danny Ricciardo. Danny Ricciardo it is. Haas look like they're not going anywhere fast. Williams is still not at the track at all. The latest news on the Williams guys. So the latest news is they're not going to be flying out to like very, very late on Tuesday. So they might not get here at all until like Wednesday, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Then they've got to put a brand new car back together. And because it's never been put together and actually used, obviously there's going to be some teething problems, components won't fit properly, the engine might not fire up, etc. So probably, if they're lucky, they're going to get out Thursday at the earliest at this point, which is not good at all, really, is it? So, shame for them. It looks like they're going to miss the whole of the first test. The lovely Laura is back in full support today. And yeah, so it's going to be an interesting day ahead. Really looking forward to seeing Charles Leclerc out of everyone. Obviously, Lewis this morning. Sounds like they've just fired up the Mercedes. So we hope to see Lewis out on track in a moment. Through comes Danny Rick again. So anyone who was looking at the lap times into too much yesterday, remember they was running different compounds. So we had Sebastian Vettel, he was top of the pile. He was running the yellow tyre, which is also known, I do believe, quote me if I'm wrong, is the C3 tyre. The Merc boys were running the white-walled tyre, which is the C2, okay? So C1 is the hardest compound tyre. C2 is slightly softer, C3, C4. So we saw Carlos Sainz, I think it was, in McLaren. He went second fastest yesterday. However, Danny Rick's going to be coming into box, the Honey Badger in a minute. So, yeah. So the times are a bit disproportionate because Sainz, he was on, 2 compounds softer than, say, the Renault and also the Mercedes yesterday, who were running the hardest compound of the lot. That's not to say Ferrari didn't run the compound at all. They did. However, it didn't represent their fastest time. Hey Laura, you got a shout out already. So yeah, expect to see some activity from Merc in a minute. We can we can hear the beautiful sound of them, and in comes Danny Rick. They're going to do a practice stop. Doesn't look like it. It's just going to go straight into the box. Oh, it sounds beautiful at tick over. Oh my god. Ferrari coming out the garage. That's all happening here. Remember Charles Leclerc on track today. Really hoping for big things for this guy. Really hoping so. Covers come off. We've got a crowd of media right by the Ferrari garage. Sebastian was using a lot of very complimentary words yesterday, such as it was the perfect first day. He couldn't have asked for more. The team, I think, were pleasantly surprised with the running that they got in. So they're hoping for more of the same today. I think they completed their whole practice program yesterday with time to spare. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're going to run a faultless day once again. Another change for this year has been the tyre blanket. So the tyre temperatures, the tyre blankets, the fronts have remained the same at 100 degrees, and the rears they dropped 20 degrees, so it's 80 degrees. So that's why we saw a few spins yesterday in the practice session. We saw Grosjean spinning, we saw Vettel spinning, and a few others also. So we're going to wait for Lewis, and we're going to give him a wave with our lovely flag in a minute or so. So I'm just going to set up the tripod for a minute whilst I do that. So apologise for a bit of a pause in action. Hi from Austria. Hello from Barcelona. That'll be alright for a second. It'd be nice to go out there. We've got a window as well. You okay, man? You're content that you have your food?
Yeah. When you get better coffee.
So if you're watching any other outlet today, look out for us on the track. We've got our commemorative Lewis Hamilton's lifetime throughout the day. Just gonna have a cup of tea, so I'll just be a few minutes, ladies and gents. Talking of which, you need your sugars and stuff. Do you have them? You just took mine off. Yeah? That's great. Good, good. So it sounds like they've turned the Merc off again. They fired it up, maybe just to do an initial. Red Bull using the second chassis today. Hey from Scuderia, if Laura know where it is. Oh, Sukuava. Where's Sukuava? Sukuava, do you know that name? Sukuava?
Java.
Suchava?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where is that? In Romania? Ah, I didn't know you're Romanian. Spooky. Spooky. So you see quite a lot of activity down opposite us, if you can see that in the back of the Toro Rosso garage. The Renault boys look pretty covered up, they're not going anywhere very quickly. I expect to see Haas out very shortly. Remember, a lot of teams will just be doing the initial, what do they call it? Yeah, installation laps. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Looking and sounding very, very good. Looking and sounding beautiful, that Ferrari. What was that? Rumours are Red Bull using second chassis. Lots of fresh new faces at the mechanical crew as well. Melbourne is my home GP. Oh, you ain't got long to wait. Hi from Australia. Hey Laura, good morning. Yes, we're back in business. We are back in business. My old macas. Out at the garage comes Racing Point. We think it's Lance Baby Boy Stroll in his daddy's car. How do you think Lance is going to fare this year? How close is he going to be to Sergio Perez? Huh? What do we think? I think he'll make an improvement. I think he'll make a step this year. He does lack a lot of single-seater racing experience, so I think we need to give him, you know, a bit of credit. He's jumped in, he's got some great results in the likes of Azerbaijan. I remember him putting it, was it on the front row in Monza as well, in mixed conditions. So here comes Lewis. Sounds like he's going to do a practice start, maybe? Maybe not. He's done a few 2.5 spins there. So, like we was discussing just a minute ago, there's rear tyre temperatures. Last year there was 100 degrees with the tyre blankets, and this year they've been dropped to 80. So That was something that was really struggling, especially as the track temperature was about 4 degrees when they started the day yesterday. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite a crucial thing in summer when we've got a bit more, you know, mixed conditions, especially with the wet tyres. I don't know if that will affect them more. Yeah, let us know your thoughts. Out comes the Toro Rosso boys. We've got Charles Leclerc coming through though. So who's in the Toro Rosso today? Was it Albon, their second driver, I believe? Alexander Albon. Again, we got a lot of the F2 crowd here. We was hoping to see George Russell and Latifi today, but they're not going to be here till probably Thursday when they're ready to rock and roll and throw the track at anger. Sorry for the interruption there. Show is underrated. He's still young and learning his sport. He's had a bad start to his career. Here comes Lewis. So remember, track temperature is very low. I don't have much data with me, so I can't give you the information on that. Maybe you can help me out with that. A decibel meter. Okay, I'm going to ask Laura to see if she can download an app and to see how loud the cars are, and we can try and compare them to last year if that's what you'd like us to do. Charles Leclerc getting some early laps in today. So remember guys, if you struggle to get to an F1 event, get down here man. You're going to get like at least 8 hours of solid action. I say solid, okay, we're not going to get full 20 cars, but you're going to get, well, we got 9 cars at the minute. But still they're putting, like Sebastian yesterday done 170 laps. Incredible amount of laps. More than you're going to get in any Grand Prix, that's for sure. Razvan, it'd be interesting if you had just yes, we'll do that. So Laura, can you have a look for a decibel meter, like application, to see if we can measure the cars? We'll try and get a bit close to the track, like right through turn 3 or something like that later. And do that. Air temperature 6, no track temp for now. Thanks Razvan. You'll like the Ted Kravitz for me today. Out comes number 23, I believe it to be Albon. Sounding a bit fluffy, we've got 2 Hondas on track, in tandem, synchronised. So interesting, we've got green lights on the back of the Toro Rosso right now. That's not something I've seen before. Anyone tell me why we got green lights and not red lights? Is it green when you can let them past if you're, you know, come through guys? Is that what he's telling the Red Bull? Come past, it's safe to go. You have right of way. So Haas look pretty tight, like they're not coming out very soon. Can hear something going on down there. So we're going to hang tight around the pits for a little while, for say half an hour this morning. Rocco, that's a great bit of information. So I suppose that means take a bit of extra care with this guy, give him a wide berth or something like that. He does have, or he doesn't. Just rookie light, super license or not. Okay, it means they're not a full-time driver, I take it. Oh, that's great. I've not ever heard of that. It looks like Toro Rosso is coming in after their first installation. Alexander Albon. Box. Hit the marks, mate. nice to see a different nationality on the grid as well. Well, they did change the criteria last year, Warren, so you might be right, we might be wrong. I couldn't tell you for sure. Prime position here opposite the Toro Rosso boys. There goes Lewis. Good morning, Mario. And then through goes Lance Stroll. 124.6, it's not bad considering how cold the track is. So tyre compound, I didn't pay much attention, but I believe it was the white tyre. So again, C2 compound, C2, or the whitewood tyre. Good morning, Captain Bleeding Obvious. Through goes the Ferrari. Followed by Pierre Gasly in the Red Bull Honda. Heavily flow vizzed up again, mainly on the left side. I'm noting. I don't see much on the right side. Maybe it's because of the clockwise nature of the circuit. Looks like Lewis Hamilton is going to come in from his short run. It looks like he's just getting a feel for the car this morning. See if there's any tweaks needed for that. That's going to walk down a bit. I'm coming back with. Going to walk down a bit. See if we can see him a bit better coming into the pits, hitting his marks. It's great, this grandstand. We're in the upper part, it's like upper and lower. Pit stop in terms of the weight hold, revs up, and again he just got a clutch bite point now. Good morning to you all. Yeah, Hamilton on the white tyre there. Let's look at the live chat. Was saying good morning, let's go. Good morning from Barcelona. It says C2 compound for Hamilton and Leclerc. The rest are in C3s. So yeah, it'd probably be a bit beneficial if you want to get a quick lap to try and go on a bit of a softer tyre. Is it Haas pits next to Toro Rosso? No, that's Renault. You've got the Toro Rosso is here. Then you've got the Renault. You've got the Red Bull boys, the sister teams next to each other. Further down we've got Ferrari. Further down to that, you've got Racing Point, and then on to Haas Racing. Please do tell me if I keep saying Force India or anything. Comes to Haas. He's done his first installation lap of the day. Excellent. Comes Pierre Gasly. Through he goes. Ferrari look like they might be ready to bring their guy in. Got some movement. Yeah, we got the coolers coming up. Here he comes. Ferrari's in that one. So it looks like he's just going to shut it down straight away. Now they're simulating a pit stop as well. For the engine anyway, not for the team. So he's revving up. Albon's back out again. Very growly and low revs there on the speed limiter. Very, very growly, I must say. So I'm going to pass the camera over to Laura whilst I have a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich. Over to my co-pilot. It's nothing like English tea, guys. Nothing. Giovinazzi out on track at the moment as well. Looks like Daniel Ricciardo may be coming out in a moment. They was firing up the engine a second ago, which they normally do, you know, about 5 minutes before they take to the track. Got the cameraman trying to get a sneak peek going. Looking like F1 professor.
Oh, that's Vesco.
Yes, Vesco. It's the main man, Vesco. We're glad you're in company with us. At least have you got food. Bon appetit. Yes, we got the full packed lunch. We got mandarins, we got croissant, we got everything. Tea's not great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Chai is good. So what was that comment just now about Paddy Lowe? Rumours are Paddy Lowe resigned at Williams. Nothing confirmed yet, but looks very good. So you're quite right. Going back a few months now, there was warnings that they're not going to make it in time and that they have to make certain changes, etc. And Paddy didn't take any action whatsoever. So he's the technical director. He's come from Mercedes with a great reputation to that team. And yeah, the team, Claire Williams, has said some quite damning comments about the team, not directly, but it was sort of like a sly dig at him. So I do believe there could be some friction there. But who are they going to bring in that's any better than Paddy Lowe? Let's be quite honest with that. He's got great experience. He's won championships with the Merc team. They've got a Merc engine in the back there as well, so he probably knows how to package it quite well. However, let's see if them rumours are to be true. I hope not, because he's a great guy for the sport. So what someone nicely pointed out was the green lights indicate that this person is like a new driver. Instead of putting L plates, which you can't see, they probably put the green markers on there. So I've been naming the videos in a not so obvious fashion because yesterday we did get our videos removed from YouTube.
Yeah.
One of which had over 34,000 views when I checked offline this morning. So I was a bit gutted with that. So we need to make up for it today. We need to make up for it today. So, you know, if anyone else, you know, is interested in F1 and doesn't have access to Sky or whatever, you know, drop a link for them in the bottom. That'd be great. Kimi looked very, very happy. Very, very happy in the car yesterday. Very happy. Today is Giovinazzi as well. What the comments say. Yeah, remember, tyre compounds play a key part. At the track we've seen so far C2, C3, C4. We've not seen the C5, which is the softest, and we've not seen C1, which is the hardest. But yeah, good to see Giovinazzi back in the sport again. He had a bit of a torrid time at the Sauber team. I remember him dropping it on a few occasions. I think that was when, was it Pascal Wehrlein was injured? Correct me if I'm wrong. sorry if I'm quiet for a minute. I'm going to be eating my breakfast. The bacon sandwich is better than the tea here. That's what I'm going to tell you. So if you're thinking of coming to the track, bring your PG chips with you. Remember guys, if you wanted to do the paddock pass at Silverstone, you're looking at maybe $2,500 upwards, maybe 3k. So you need a rich sugar daddy to probably give you them tickets. However, a test day like this, you can get it for about £300 for the day. Now that gets you all-inclusive like wristband, like when you go on holiday, you get your food, your drinks, there's a lot of entertainment stuff going on. That gives you access to the rooftop area here above the pit, so you can look down directly on the cars, get some great shots. And also you can go in the paddock club, which is behind the back where the motorhomes are, which you can just barely see in the background there. We've got the car park, etc. So yeah, it's a great thing. I'll probably do it next year for one day only, because you want to explore the track, getting in and around. It'd be a bit of a waste of money if you spent most of your day around sector 2 or 3, etc. We've got some noise going on further down the grid. Can't believe the intermediates. Is Pierre or Max driving? It's Pierre Gasly in the car today. He's got the car all day. So that's what I was really excited to see today, is particularly Gasly and Charles Leclerc, to see how they're going, how their lap times are going to compare. We can't really compare them to about lunchtime, until the track temp is going to be around the same as it was yesterday morning. Yesterday morning was really hot. Got quite a lot of shade down the main pit straight, which won't really affect them. Around the back of the track we've got a bit of sunshine, but it's a bit cloudy, as you can see. Pierre Gasly and the Toro Rosso boys will both be coming into the pits this lap. You can see the crews getting out. So you'll notice they'll be doing kind of a practice pit stop. They'll be hitting their marks, they'll be revving the engine just to put the engine through that cycle. Lewis actually done the clutch bite point as well, and pulled away from the pit garage. Doesn't look like these boys will do it, because they might not have enough space at the same time. So here comes Pierre Gasly. No practice for either of them there, just straight in. So you can see the red tyre. The red tyre is the C3, and on the here we've got, C4 is the red and C3 is the yellow. The white tyre is the C2.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. No.
Opinion on Daniel Ricciardo. Very good question from Sir Vesco. Miss you, by the way, buddy. He's Danny Rick. I think he's made a masterstroke. I think moving to Renault. They're a works team. It's the same as when Lewis moved to Mercedes. I was quite impressed with the move at the time. Not many people were, but I knew about the V6. They have great development in a lot of their road cars, etc. Now, yeah, Danny Ricciardo at Renault. It's going to be a tough year this year. Reckon he may score a podium. I don't see it being several. The likes of the slower street circuits, it's going to have to be a mixed condition race. There's going to have to be some sort of drama going on. That's my personal opinion. I think it's a big move. I think it's given the team a massive boost. They've got a race winner in their team at last. They're going to have a real benchmark against Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg should have less of a disadvantage this year as well, due to the fact that now they will weigh the drivers and the car separately. So the minimum weight now for drivers is out comes the McLaren for the first time today, and we've got Lando Norris in the car, first time today, Lando Norris. So 80 kilograms is the minimum weight for a driver now this year. So if you're under that weight, they're going to put ballast in and around the car, and then if you're over the weight, so be it. So it just gives the big guys such as Hulkenberg a better opportunity. Apparently Toto gave some comments yesterday that Lewis is now stronger, fitter, and a lot stronger. He seems more rejuvenated. That he is not cutting weight that he has been in previous years, just doing his strength and conditioning, mainly cardio work. Through comes Giovinazzi, and out is going to come. And in question, Danny Ricciardo. So a lot of drivers struggling with the rear temps. Remember, they're 80 degrees, which is 20 degrees slower than previous seasons. So it's going to take them probably 2 or 3 laps to get the tyres really switched on. The fronts shouldn't be as bad. And I suppose the rears, they can light them up, do a few burnouts, etc. So hopefully it doesn't cause too many dramas. It may be off the start line, especially for the front runners, who's going to be sitting on the grid for quite a long time before the lights out start the races. Good morning, mate. We are back. We are back in business. When Leclerc come out, yeah, he's already been out. Here comes Lando Norris. He's already got the DRS engaged. Right. Sorry, I was catching up with the comments. Enjoy eating the steak. Doing a nice job. It's still in the air. Thank you for God. F1 detectives not here yet. Is Pierre on max driving? Is Pierre Magnussen did a lap on intermediates. We read that already. Yes, Janine, let's hope they're not going to be here at all. Norris is ready to party. It's fire. Yeah, let's not build him up too much this year. I hope he just has a steady season, scores solid points, and gets as close to Carlos as he can, because Carlos Sainz, in my opinion, is a great driver. There goes Danny Rick. Curious if the Renault chassis will keep Rick being able to do his dive bombs like he did in the Red Bull session. Yeah, I think that's more driver. I think we've seen it with Lewis Hamilton in the past. I think it's a driving style. I think, that they have that confidence under the brakes. So as long as he's got the right braking compounds, etc. Just saw explain what the green light means on the car. It means that a driver has an international A license and not the super license. Great info, thank you, Janine. Really appreciate the insight. Here goes one of our other prospects. So it's a great time to be a British young fan of F1, because we've got some young British drivers. Really hoping to see George Russell. He's my favourite of the bunch. He's had some good scraps over the past few years. Don't worry, Janine, we know what you mean. We know what you mean. So I think we're going to make a move shortly. I just want to see a few more cars coming in and out of the box. Looks like an Alpha is heading in. Yeah, we've got Giovinazzi into the pits. And through comes Danny Rick at the same time. So guys, tell me, what's your favourite livery so far? Who's going to be the surprise package of this season? And when I say surprise, outside the top three of Ferrari, Red Bull and the Merc team. And what do you think Red Bull can do? How do you think they're going to fare with the Honda engine? Ferrari. Forza Ferrari. Now, speaking of, it's all about the feeling on the brake pedal. If he can accommodate to the car, Richie, he can be the best of the rest, in my opinion. I agree with you, Razvan. He's a super talented driver. He's already proved it by cutting his teeth against the likes of Vettel, you know, like some of the races up against Vettel. Just proved the caliber going up against a four-time champ. I think that really proves it. How does the Renault sound live? It sounds pretty good on cam. It sounds pretty good. I'm not going to read too much into it. To be honest, it sounds clean. It sounds like any other car, to be honest with you. Matte red of the Ferrari, but the design of the Merc are the best liveries. Yeah. How's the weather? A bit more chilly today. What network are you using? UK network EE. So you can use your data abroad. Danny Rick licked the stamp and I sent it. Yes, baby. He's the postman that he always likes to deliver. That's Danny Rick for you. So we've got a few of the Renault guys having a look over the wall. Maybe they're going to put a sign up for him. Or maybe they just want to hear what the car sounds like when it goes past. So what was we talking about earlier? We was talking about, yes, the Honda power unit. So Honda power is a different concept from previous years. On the off acceleration, the overrun, you don't have this rasping sound. You don't get the rasp, that really bang clutter noise that we had in the previous seasons, which I quite favoured. So we've got the decibel meter from Laura. So we'll see which car is coming through first. So I think Honda, what they was doing is they was cutting a lot of cylinders on the off run, which allows them to get the cylinders back into firing order, it's saving fuel, etc. But it wasn't that efficient. So here comes the Renault. Let's see what. 80.2. 80.2. Hi, what is this? A race? No, this is a test session, my friend. This is a test session. This is a shakedown, basically, for all the teams. These are all prototypes, remember. F1 cars are prototypes. There's nothing else like them in the world. They're cutting-edge engine technology, etc. So these cars have to be thoroughly tested before they get to an actual race. Do you work there? No, I don't work there. I work in hospitality is what I do. I look after people. But I have a great passion for F1, and like you saw yesterday, I can talk all day about the Formula 1. Yeah, we're not getting as many views because it's early in the morning, and also we've sort of tried to not disguise, but be a bit more discreet about how we call our videos and what we title them, etc. Do the decibel meter on the McLaren when it comes past, yeah?
Okay.
It's got the same Renault power unit, but we'll just see if it's any louder. Maybe they're running a different engine mode, etc. But what we'll do is we'll try and get a bit closer to the track and then get most of the readings when a lot of the guys are out a bit later on. So through comes the Renault again. Slightly less than last time, it was about 3 decibels quieter than we last read it. Remember, the morning is all about seeing how the car's performing. They need to look at all the sensors, telemetry and everything, make sure the car is on song, because if there is a slight problem with it, the last thing you want to do is keep running it, run it into the ground, because you don't have any extra components really. The good thing about this track, it is quite close to the airport. It is European, it's close to Britain, where a lot of the teams are based. So if you do have a new wing or a new component, you can get it here pretty quickly, which is pretty damning, not to see Williams here. So yeah, around the same as the Renault. Now it's quite interesting, on the pit entry there seems to be a tripod in the middle of the road. Hopefully no one hits it. I don't know if it was there earlier, but I've just spotted it. Out comes Lewis. Babe, get the flag, get the flag, get the flag. The flag? Two burnouts. And away he goes. So that he's doing them burnouts not because he just wants to rip the tyres and he's getting followed up by Charles. So this will be a good comparison. If we're going to get the decibel meter now, we're going to have the Ferrari and the Merc coming through on the next laps. Now they sound a lot louder when they're coming out the garage because they're just firing up. So it'll be interesting to see, because you guys were asking a lot yesterday how loud the cars were. Remember, we do get a bit of echo because we were in the grandstand as well. Posted your feed of Formula 1 news and MEMS group, so wait a bit. They are sleeping, Razvan. Thank you very much. Was this on BBC One East? What? Do you work there? No, I don't. No, Siri told me the speed. So McLaren into the Bix. What channel were you talking about? I lost focus, guys. I lost my train of thought. What was we discussing? Through comes the Renault. 76. What is this? 76.4. Okay. So is there a way to reset it? Does that reset it? Okay. So through comes the Merc. Yeah, 77. Again, you don't know what engine modes they're running, etc. All depends about this. Through the Ferrari comes. 77.5, is it? Yeah. Yeah, we're very close comparably, most of the cars. Honda would be an interesting one to see. So I think their engine, the concept is a bit different to the rest. Hi, what channel is this on? We already read that. Wasn't the Merc lifting at the straight? Slightly, yeah. You need the tech and everything. Who needs Sky F1? Razvan? Mate, if I could do this for a full-time job, trust me, I would quit my job tomorrow. Tomorrow. Believe it. Believe it, baby. Here comes Danny Rick. You're quite right, Ravicita. 78. Yeah, it all depends on the RPM. If they're flat out, a lot of contributing factors to it. Depends if there's other cars close to it as well. So I think we're going to go for a Lance Stroll around the track. We're going to go for a Lance Stroll?
Yeah. Yeah?
Okay. I'm going to get in the sunshine. It's a bit chilly over this neck of the woods at the minute. Cheers, Warren. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the love. I'm sure you do just as a fine job as what we're doing right now. So we're gonna head downstairs. We're gonna head down towards turn 1, where we finished the day yesterday, and start to slowly loop around the track like we did yesterday as well. See if we can get an insight into any of the garages whilst we're here. You can see these guys in front of the Renault garage. They've obviously got their Renault hospitality pack, which you can get for about £500 or £600. And that gives you a bit more access into the hospitality area, etc. Is that your mum? What are you on about, man? My girlfriend. Are you streaming all day? I have to do some work on my computer. Captain Bleeding Obvious. Yes, unfortunately for you, I will be. Here's the start lights. Inside the Ferrari garage here. So next to Ferrari, got Racing Points. Next to them, we've got the Haas team. Getting chased down by Charles Leclerc. I can see that happening at some point this year. What do you think of Charles Leclerc's chances? Can he take the fights? Will he be faster than Bottas given a straight fights? What do you think? What car is this in the garage here? Is this like an F1 experience car or something? I'll try and get a zoom in on it. Here comes the... Oh, listen to this. Gonna do a practice start. Let's have a listen. Terrible start, terrible. Clutch. Okay, so there is a Williams car at the circuit. That's interesting news, boys and girls. Maybe it's just a launch car, maybe it's not an actual, maybe just a demo car. Honda does sound amazing, doesn't it? Sorry, Roseman. Yeah, it's interesting to see that the Williams team are here in some respects, but hardly any of the crew are here at the same time. You got the Haas garage here. It's just the 2018 car with the 2019 wing and livery. Interesting. Didn't they say they would be late Thursday? Yeah, they're going to be getting here Thursday, probably around Wednesday nights. Wednesday morning, about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Just gonna head out of the main grandstand. We're gonna loop round down to turn 1, so there'll be a bit of a pause in on-track action. Apologies for that. Just got my data warning from EE, my carrier, to say that I've used 80% of my data. It's alright, because the lovely Laura, she's going to share the love, aren't you, darling?
Yeah.
Where is the love? Can we get down here or we have to go around? You've got to go around, I think. So yeah, that was what they after they've run their car on their online programs, don't know what software it is they use, etc. They're predicting it was 2 seconds a lap slower compared to the 2018 car, and that was just based on the performance loss of the front wing, etc. Now, a lot of other teams were predicting about 1.5 seconds as well, but the times look competitive based on previous seasons. So don't read too much into that at the current time. Let's wait until they get on track. Obviously, they're probably only going to get a maximum of 5 days running before Melbourne, which puts them already on the back foot massively. So probably the practice sessions will be test sessions for them. Lewis yesterday, he was mainly doing long run pace. Ferrari come out the garage very, very bullish. They come out straight away and was doing a short run, like 5-6 lap runs on the C3 yellow walled tyre. Whereas the likes of Bottas and Lewis Hamilton, they was mainly running long run stints, you know, around 30-40 laps, etc. Mia, can I say hi to your girlfriend?
Hi.
There you go. So yeah, that's why these lap times we need to look at all of these little bits and bobs. All right. Another. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sad that our sport is still so dangerous in the 21st century, and that we've lost the likes of Jules Bianchi and so on. Anyway. Well, what's the main vantage points you want me to be at today? Tell me which corners you want to see. So we're not far off the end of the pit lane now. It will take us about 5 or 10 minutes. What's her name? Her name's Laura. It's Laura. It's bloody freezing in a minute. Yes. Razvan knows her name. We're going to go up by the track and walk down just so you can catch a bit of action. You can see what's going on. Changed the cap today for the Catalan. How are you today? Someone's asking, talking to you.
I'm okay. A bit tired, but it's fine.
Yeah, we covered a lot of distance yesterday. Yeah. We done at least 2 laps of the track, which sounds like nothing. But we was back and forth between a few spots. Turn 1, 2, a good point yesterday. Okay, Warren, take that on board. We're now trackside and we flip the camera. Racing point is flying past. Coming down to the end of the pits is Pierre Gasly. You can just see the bull. He's going to stop. Maybe not. Maybe. Through goes Danny Rick. You can see, look, you've got a few scouts here having a look. You've got Ferrari personnel here. Someone from Toro, Rosso. A couple of the Merc chaps. Did I put my... Oh, you got the flag, yeah? I thought I forgot it for a minute. Who else is down here having a look? Any familiar faces that we can see? I know Martin Brundle and the likes of Crofty. Not Crofty. Ted. That's Lewis. It's only 1 car per team. 1 car per team. Because you've got to remember, these are the prototypes. They like your hair.
Oh, thank you.
I say they. Mia likes your hair. Mia likes your hair. You can say Paul. I know it's easier. Don't lose it. I'll try not to, brother. I'll try not to. So we're just going to hang tight for a minute on the end of the pit lane. Just want to see if anyone does potentially do a race start, just so you can hear the launch of an F1 car. Red Bull Honda going through. That Toro Rosso was covered in Floviz paint. Absolutely coated. Next up. Yeah, I'll get her to hold it once we've just stopped. Alright. They want you to hold the camera because I'm a shit cameraman.
No, you're not.
Oh yeah, well you don't watch the videos, they do. So I'm sure they have a better idea. So far Leclerc with a 119.4, Ricciardo 119.8, Giovinazzi 120.5, Gasly 120.21.2, Stroll 121.5, Norris 121.1, Hamilton 122.2, Hamilton 124.1. Tell Laura I'm a bit sad today. Why are you sad? Don't be sad. Can you say Paul? I know it's easier. What's wrong with Razvan? It's a good name, mate. Quite like it. There's not many Razvans that I know. I only know one. That's you, mate. So as you can see, weather's looking a bit threatening. We've got some heavy clouds around the track. It would be interesting if it rained, just to see how Laura's hair ends
No.
up.
Not on my makeup. I'll be a panda.
He'll be a panda. Oh, the eyes. Yes, the eyes. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to take us about another 5 minutes until we get down to T1 where we was yesterday. Then we'll sit there for a minute. Let Laura rest her little legs. Because then the walk round to turn 3 is a bit longer. Yeah. So whilst we do that, if you have any questions for Laura, as I know Mia does, then you can chat. You can chat to Laura. No. It's a joint effort. Poor Laura. Poor Laura indeed. Yeah. So where we will be going? This is one of the most expensive tickets on the day, as you can see. Gold, 1 day, etc. So this is where we was yesterday. Get a great view of them breaking in into turn 1. You can see the balance of the car once they flick it really hard right to left and get on the power as well. And then we'll get up to the edge of turn 3. We're gonna focus quite a bit there. We'll also try and get decibel readings from the cars. We'll get a great vantage point around this section. They did close the grandstand yesterday around where it says N. And then later in the day we'll get around to sector 3 again, where we finished the day yesterday. It's hard around the last corner to get any sort of viewpoints because they've covered it up pretty much most of it. So we'll do the best that we can for you, okay? I would like to see Laura in the racing points. Can't be any worse than Stroll. Oh, poor Stroll. Poor Stroll. It's not very nice, just because he's a rich kid. Let's not bully him too much, shall we? I mean, if he was that slow, I don't think even the money would let him get in the car, to be quite honest with you. Like I said, Azerbaijan, one's a front row in mixed conditions. I think it was a wet quali session. That shows the boy's got some balls. Sometimes too much balls, and he goes off the track. However, he races hard. What's this? The message is held for review. It must be dodgy.
No, usually there's swear words in there, that's why.
Swear words, you see? Laura is the social media moderator at the minute for these last 2 days.
Them.
She's approving your comments. If there's any spam, she will knock you out, okay? She will, not literally, but she will knock you out the chat group, so watch out for that. So why? Oh, that's because it's the thumbnail, isn't it? It's stuck on my face, my ugly mush. I've done that ugly thumbnail as well, so just hopefully the F1 people, they don't see our videos, okay? If we don't want them banning us like they did yesterday, we're trying to bring you the action live from home, because I know we can't all afford Sky Sports and the rest of it, but we want to see the in-depth action, don't we? We want to see what the cars sound like. We want to see how they're going through turn 1, etc. Let's do this. We didn't do this yesterday. We're going to go underground, okay? So if it does cut out, you know why, okay? We'll be back in 2 minutes if it does. We might drop the phone signal whilst we go under the track. Yeah, it's definitely going to cut out. It's quite a big tunnel.
Yeah, it's a big one, so...
Well, we just want to get a different vantage point. You can hear F1 cars above us. Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
Too bad Williams cancelled the first 2 days. I think they'll be the slowest now for Melbourne. Yeah, I think... Okay, mate, we're here to watch F1. Hide.
Oh, careful.
Rosewood tinted, have you? Okay, so we're just about to go underneath the surface. Sorry, Mia. I will cut my head off. Huh?
No, go on out of floor.
No.
Go to the channel.
No, put her in timeout.
Yeah.
Take a seat on the naughty step, okay? Seat on the naughty step. If you want to have a chat like that, we can do it in private, okay? We can do it in private. But people, including myself, here to talk F1. We're here to listen to F1 because we live, we breathe all of that F1, okay? Watch the steps, baby.
Yeah.
Watch the steps. Weather's quite cloudy. There's some rain clouds in the air at the minute. It was looking rather promising. There's no forecast for rain at the present time. Track temperature is down on yesterday. I would expect ambient temperature is definitely down, but I would expect around lunchtime for it clouds to clear. There's a lot of hills around Barcelona which could bring in this kind of weather. So. Not cut out for this shit, are we? You see, we're probably going on an exploration to try and get you some different viewpoints. So we're trying to go on the inside of turn 1. So when they're turning right, we want to be on that point there. We're almost there. We live and breathe speed. Let's go, you're still in the house. Yes, baby, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Where the fuck are we now? Okay.
Don't
Oh,
swear.
yes. Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is coming into sector 2. Just coming out of the pits here. Gasly sounding quite rough actually. What we're talking about, guys and girls. Got McLaren over here. You're going to see both directions of travel. Alpha really sparking there. Now here comes the McLaren. Lando Norris. What turn? So, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Turn 6, turn 7, I think this is. This is a short left.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed there.
But we're gonna try. There's no harm in trying. Okay, this is a good vantage point, though. condition is low. What condition? Go to the bridge. You're at the bridge. Well, keep it up. I love your input and your assistant. Nice seeing you back online. Nice to see you back online as well. Well, love this channel. Dog lover. I'm afraid to say that Laura is a cat lover. I love racing. I think we all do.
Do you have my phone?
Yes, in my pocket. Reach in the pocket. Oh, watch out. Almost got something else then. Just want to see a few cars come under here, just to get the different noises, because I'll do a sort of video edit later on today. And then we'll trim up all of the videos, just so we can hear the different cars one by one. Mia's having a timeout, okay? Honda. Sounds sexy. Aaron from Seville, Spain, weather is clear. McLaren, Renault, Ferrari. Leclerc, Giovinazzi. Feel the bridge wobbling as they go over. You're welcome, Razman. Paulie. Sunny in Bognor Regis. Used to love going Bognor Regis as a kid. Now Joel Bucket. That swimming pool is amazing what you got there. No worries, Mia. We just don't want to get too many comments which are not F1 related, like if you want to have a chat, fine, we can do that elsewhere on another day. Not a problem. Not a problem. So we've crossed the bridge. There's no one checking tickets either. Watch out, So we're gonna get the view that we wanted. T1. Oh wow. You might have to have a look over here first, mate. This is a great view. You're gonna see him come under the bridge, fly down towards turn 7 or so. McLaren late and a Ferrari past. Got Giovinazzi over there. Oh, loving it. I'm loving it. So we haven't seen too much of Haas, Racing Point. Mercedes have not been running too much, in all honesty. Who else are we missing? I think you're at turn 6, 7. Yeah, I think you're quite correct here. Whenever I do a simulation, I hate this corner, because it's always a very, very late apex coming out of here. You don't want to use too much curb because you've got that nasty gravel trap on exit. And then you want to blast down here. Keep it as wide right as you can, and then just chuck it in, normally drop a gear into this corner. And then you've got a left-right flick up before the main or the back straight. Has Volvo been running today? Yes, I've seen them running around the track here doing tours in a big van. Nice one, fellas. Getting my long needed F1 fix like here comes the Ferrari. It's been a very long winter. It's a McLaren followed by the Alfa. Oh, this is a great corner, babe. Great corner. I mean, if you sat there for the race, that would be pucker. That would be really, really nice. Now we're going to head over towards turn 1, 2. One time zoom, please. I would, but then it gets way too shaky, mate. Way too shaky. I'm going to try to set up the tripod in a minute. That's what we forgot. Cable ties, didn't we? Cable ties. So we could mark our territory with the flag, like you would on the moon or somewhere else. Or can we jump down there? Here's the Ferrari. So we're just going to set up, ladies and gents, so you can get a stable shot. Good place for a cuppa. Let's go. Don't wind me up, man. There's no tea around here. No tea. So see if anyone's a bit twitchy for here. I'm going to sit here. Very wild. That's how we like it, baby. Alright, I'm going to roll a cigarette up here. So, ladies and gents, what are you up to today? What's your plan of action? Are you at work, skiving, watching a bit of F1? It's on the clock! Looking like he's on rails through there. On rails. Great change of direction from the Ferrari. Oh, and off goes the McLaren. Oh, and it's going to be in the way of Jim. That was good timing. Lando Norris went for a little trip across the Astro. Did you catch that? Ronnie's at home watching the F1. That's it. That's what we have to do. We have to book the time off, don't we? Work now. Who cares?
No,
I certainly don't. I certainly don't. So I booked my precious holidays together. You want any mandolinas? Señorita?
Yes, please.
Mandolinas. The time of my love. Yeah, need filters. Ugh. Oh no. Don't tell me I don't have Rizzlers.
You don't have the
papers. If it's not one thing, it's another, isn't it? Well, you've got one at least. You've got one at least. No, we're alright. Bit of a twitch there on power for Albon. Coming out of T1. Merc having problems. They haven't been on track for a while now, have they? They have not, no. Yeah, and the other Merc-powered car, Racing Point, they've not had much on-track action either, so maybe there's something that they've noticed, something that they need to change, whether it be software, hardware of the car. The Ferrari-powered cars looking pretty solid, other than Haas at the present time. Remember, Haas has got a very, very distinct sound to it this year. It's the way their turbo is spinning up. I don't know. It's just very, very strange. Oh my God, my battery died. I nearly fainted. Thank God for power banks. Yes, Warren. We've got a unique vantage point right here. I'm glad we walked over. It's nice here, isn't it? It's like just a day out in the park, like being at home. But we've had. Comes to Renault. Oh, he's lost it! He's lost it! He's in the garble. Danny Rick, keep it spinning, mate. Keep it going. coming, Warren, because Daddy Rick just put it in the gravel. So I think that was his first lap, and that's what we was talking about. The rear tyres are 20 degrees lower in the tyre blankets than the previous year, and on a cold track like this is always going to bite you. Always going to bite you. Yeah, I didn't quite catch him when he first lost it, but I saw it with my eyes. Inspired timing. Indeed, my friend, indeed. He done well to keep it out of the gravel though, like well, to keep it going. Here comes Lewis. Lewis back on track. Well, rewind. Can't you rewind, Renee? Should be able to, even though it's a live stream. Pretty sure you can. So yeah, Toro Rosso looks very twitchy on power coming out of turn 1 there. It looks like the rear end is quite unstable. You might need to make a setup adjustment or something. She's struggling. Unless it's the mapping. I think, yeah, for race day here, coming into turn 1, that's where you're going to see a lot of overtaking. So if you want to come to the track here, it looks like general admission. You'd have to get down here pretty early to bank a seat though, or plant your spot. Bring a cushion as well, because it is a bit wild. I'm sure they'll cut the grass before the race in May. Oh, that's a beautiful photo. It's really going in deep. Big twitch there. I'm smoking. Well, yeah, you're going from the highest speed, braking down, you've got to switch it left very quickly. So we're going to focus a bit more on the entry here, just for a second. Yeah, I do. It's a selfie stick from Amazon that Laura got. I'm so glad you got it. This is not an F1 inspired decision, but it's helping the F1 community right now.
It's
So
self-stick and a tripod.
either to sit here or to sit on that grandstand over there, right in that corner, which is probably one of the most expensive tickets, and not the best in terms of facilities probably. Right, yeah. You got a toilet there, that's all you need. Bring your packed lunch. They're loving you, Laura, for the tripod.
Oh, thank you.
Getting some really clear, stable shots now.
Yeah, I love the tripod as well.
Comes Lewis. Great change of direction there from Mark. So yeah, it's probably hard to say if the Toro Rosso is a bit shaky or if it's the driver. So obviously this is his first proper run in a F1 car. So my cousin, he's looking to go to a European F1 race. He's been to Budapest before, and I think he's been here as well. Where else would you like us to go to? Austria's quite a short lap, so I'd like to go around there. You'll see plenty of action. Only Lewis and Albon out on track now. Can you pause? Why do you want me to pause? it slightly. Just try to get the entry and a bit of the exit. Turn 1. Yeah, we get both curves like that. That's nice. Rick was a passenger after that happened. Lucky guy. Yeah, they're probably going to check the car now. It's probably damaged the under tray of the car. Fresh set of boots. Something that Danny knows plenty of. He needs a fresh set of boots after every win. Due to his shoeies. You know when he drinks the champagne from the shoe. It's an Australian tradition.
Really?
Yeah, they started it in I can't think of their formula, what they have there. Okay, so what happened, guys? Was it the DRS stayed open, or was it that it completely failed and the rear wing come off? Tell me. I don't see any debris here. Hamilton improves. 119.9. That's good. Quickest lap for a Mercedes so far for Lewis. What tyres is he running? Let's have a look when he next comes through. The DRS wing came off. Whereabouts did it come off? Where did it part company with the car? Got McLaren back on track. He lost the top half of his DRS system on the Renault car, but he has made it back to the pit lane. He lost it into turn 1 and spun. This is Lewis again. Yeah, that's a bit better. So the Hulk was praising the build quality of the Renault yesterday, and then that happens. That's why we call it testing, baby. Hashtag ask Crofty, no, not Crofty, ask Razvan. C3 tyre is the yellow, C2 tyre is the white wall, and C4 is the red tyre. That's what we've seen at testing so far. Curious to see if the rest of the teams box and check their DRS wings first. Well, they're all manufactured by the teams, so I doubt it. I think it'd be an isolated thing to Renault. Comes Lando. Renault engine sounds nice, really. I think if anyone moves from up there, we'll try and take one of them benches further up though. I think if anyone moves, we'll try and get one of the benches further up there. Let me know when you want me to move, guys, and we'll take a stroll just a bit further up, just so we get a bit more of turn 2 action, okay? So we can see him head on coming towards us. But let me know when you want to move. It's all gone quiet over here. So it's all gone quiet over here. Norris is back. Like a lion roaring, that Merc. Totally comes Lando. It's on the C2 white wall tyre, a harder compound. And Lewis, yes. Lewis is on the C3 tyre, which is the yellow wall tyre, which we would call the soft for this. If this was a race weekend, we'd call it the soft, or potentially the medium. So if you get the paddock pass, you get a little tour in this little van here. And you can go around the track and get different inside track vantage points, get up close. Yeah, just a second. Remember, you've got these as well. You're welcome. Thoughts on Leclerc? It's looking solid this morning. Lando tiptoeing through there. I think Leclerc can be a race winner for sure this season. Leclerc 1 second quicker and harder tyres. Morning, Albert. Something just snapped and poof, gone. DRS wing probably landed somewhere on the left end of the straight before turn 1. Well, that'd be a nice souvenir for one of the Martians if they can grab it. Obviously, it didn't land on the track, otherwise we would have had a caution, a stop to the session. Not seen any flags after that. The sun's coming out now. Gasly and Red Bull. Early to say. I would. Get it on eBay. Be worth a few quid, I'm sure. I'm sure Renault would want it back, just to analyse what went wrong with it. So yeah, Gasly and the Red Bull. I think we need to see a few more laps. Leclerc 118.9 on the C2 tyre, the white walled, and Hamilton 119.9. So it'll be interesting. Yesterday morning, Ferrari was predominantly doing short run stints, Mercedes long run stints, probably about three times longer. Get it in Laura's bag, never be found again. They said to go get the part off the Renault car and to stick it in your bag. Never see it again. Like a lady's bag, you'll never find it again, will you?
Struggling to find it.
Curious thing to mention, Renault didn't use DRS at all yesterday. Interesting. So they're going for more race pace by the look of it then. Let's see how the battery's holding up, chaps. We're on 25% now. Hello again now. Yeah, top tip, even though it's February, you still can get sunburnt. It happened to me and Laurie yesterday. My neck is completely sore, so red. Even if you come in February, bring a bit of sun cream with you. might do a charging lap then. I shall do shortly. I shall do. I'll get the power bank connected in a minute. So I think Lewis may have boxed. Someone's just cut off the view of the exit, so we're just going to move it slightly and try and get it's a bit better. I can probably get a bit higher actually. There we go. Did you share it to Formula One for yeah? Lovely. No, didn't see any. So, okay. Thank you, Razvan. He's in the pits. Lewis in the box. I think it's only the McLaren on track at the minute. Looks like he's on a cool down lap. Search on motorsport.com, they have a photo of the rear wing. Renault already recovered the DRS wing bits, so I guess no eBay then. God damn it, Renault. God. So I think it's time for a different vantage point. What do you think? Hey Warren, what do you think? Oh. Throw that away. Yeah man, take a stroll. Let's go for a lunch stroll, shall we?
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, let's go.
Is Red Bull in the pits? Yes, it's been in the pits for some time now. There's quite a good thing here because you can jump from here over to the other side by turn 5, I think it is. So we're just going to try and get a head-on shot of them coming through turn 1 because we've got a new bench come available, new vacancy, so we can set up the tripod there. Try and get you some lovely shots for when the cars are back on track. This guy's got a good idea over there. I like that. Yeah. Huh? Why? Yeah, you can get so far, couldn't you? Is the Ferrari back on track? McLaren driving with 3 cameras on the airbox. Well, one of them could be a heat sensor or something like that. Teams sometimes like to run. Let's see. This will get a bit lower. go, turn 1 and 2. It's time to get the power bank going. Cable bank. So we got Ferrari out on track. Anyone else at the moment? Here he comes. There we go, we're charging. Yes, you didn't get too wasted last night. No, I didn't, no. I was a good boy last night. Did you catch Ricciardo's spin? We caught it as he went off, because the camera shot wasn't directly in the best spot, but we did manage to catch it, yes. Red Bull is in the pits. Yeah, if you do rewind a bit, it's probably about, what, 10 minutes ago maybe slightly more. If you have a little rewind, you should be able to see him. He done very, very well to keep it out of the barrier and to keep the wheels going across the gravel. That's an art in itself, I do believe. A bit closer to the action here, actually. We're doing it more like this? Or do you want to see more turn 1? We'll try and follow him around with the Ferrari. What's up, Albert? What are you saying thank you for, mate? Leclerc's got 321, Albon 319, Giovinazzi 319, Norris 317. Again, are all of them running DRS? Are they not? Is there only some? Pleasure. If it does cut off at any point, it may be due to data. Don't worry. Laura's gonna share her data with us a bit later on today. Yeah, Danny Rick, he went off around this point here. Let's try following through the corner. Yeah, not bad going, mate. Yoo-hoo. Who have we got now? We've got Racing Point out on track. Lance Stroll. And we got Red Bull on track. Red Bull on track. And the Alpha. I've just put that person, Karen. There's too much information there for us. We'll just put you in timeout. Please keep the messages a bit shorter. Stroll and Gasly out on track. This is where it's quite good to see the change in direction. We've got the Toro Rosso. He's out there. Watch this change of direction. So planted, that Ferrari. think the marshals are going to be putting up some more curtains just to stop people getting too close to the barrier by the look of it. How long since Haas K-Mag was on track? Well, they done an installation lap this morning, I think. They must not be too happy with it. Here's the Red Bull. Followed by the Alpha. Okay, 9 laps today. Here's Charles. Out. We've got all the big guns out now. To be honest, lads, I want to stay here for a bit more because after that turn 1 incident, we want to see it if anyone else is going to have a bit of a twitch. With the Alpha following his big brother around the track. Who we got next? Charlotte. So it wasn't. Toro Rosso, the C3 time. Very, very slow. Sounds alright, he's opened it back up again. And we got Lewis coming through turn 1. No, I can hear the Toro Rosso splattering again in the back somewhere. There we go, 2 cars in tandem. Renault racing. Renault. Excuse me. Red Bull in a racing point. Who's next through? Charles Leclerc. Looking a lot more stable through turn 1 now. Maybe it's just getting the tyres up to temp. Here comes Lewis. Oh, you was here when Pastor won. Oh wow, that was a great race, wasn't it? That was when we had how many different winners in the first 6 races? Gasly looks like he's just getting up to speed. Giovinazzi, his first full day running. Well, I'm glad you can still be here in some respect, my friend. attempt out there. Jacket on job. Jacket is definitely on job, yes. So weird hearing when Williams won. God, how times change. That was pretty much a one-off at the same time, wasn't it? Yeah, to my knowledge, I don't think they got another podium even that season. Here comes Pierre. So teams with the Ferrari engine, of course, Ferrari, you've got the Haas and you've got the Alfa Romeo. They got 6 cars this year. It's like Star Wars. What is? Renault joking on Twitter about Daniel's reaction skills. Still busy with their rear ring assessment. He is a bit of a ninja. Down into turn 1, we have Lewis Hamilton coming through. Mercedes looks like it's holding its line very well. Lewis looks very confident at the helm. We've got a Red Bull here to So this afternoon, Lewis will hand over the keys to his Mercedes to his friend, his wingman Valtteri Bottas. You've got to feel so sorry for Valtteri last year, being in a prime position to win on a few occasions and let down by the team and the car. Very big go-karts. Hello from South Africa. Thanks for the feed. Keeps me updated at work. That's it, Branas. Lewis doing well. Yeah. Interesting, Giovinazzi on a C4 compound. So that's going to be purple for this session, maybe? Bottas has nothing to lose and has everything to gain. Very, very true. Well, I think the Honda's going to be a lot more closer this year. I think they've found out a few of their design flaws in the engine. Because like we was discussing earlier today, that real I don't know if anyone heard it before, but the previous seasons the Honda sounded really, really rough off throttle, and that was due to them cutting cylinders when they're off throttle to get the firing order back to how they want it, because of course it's like a variable timing for these guys. We may need someone to confirm for you. So of the drivers who's available to Mercedes, out of Bottas, say George Russell and Ocon, who would you prefer to have in the team? Who would you prefer as your teammate? Leclerc a 118.2, go on. tyres on now. Yeah, you're right. That's the C4. C4. So we've seen the three middle compounds. C1 is the very hardest, and C5 is the very softest. I don't think we're going to see either of those other compounds. So I think Pirelli will select, which ones to bring to certain tracks. Job in the world. All these boys have. Still some heavy cloud overhead. Ocon all day, Ocon. Any other takers on Ocon? And I think he deserves it. Surely must deserve a drive. Not to be in the sport whatsoever is a crime. So is he Mercedes' third driver for this season? Personally, I'd like to see George Russell, being British and all. I think he's got great talent, Formula 2 champion. Kimi. Yeah, development, I think. No Kimi today. Giovinazzi's go at the helm. Ocon come never again on the track. You think? So again, the Ferrari is looking dominant in terms of just running, just in terms of miles. Really using the full gears there, Gasly. What did to Max? I'm trying to say what happened to Max. Max had yesterday in the car. There were some teams do alternate days. Some teams like Ferrari. It might be a driver's preference, or it might be good just as a comparison or with the car to get a bit more feedback from both drivers in the same day. But obviously it's a bit more difficult. You've got to change the seats. Set up for the car, etc. Remember, there's only one car. No to Ocon. I like Bottas, but not as a number 2. Totally agree with you. Well, he's probably been a bit unlucky. If it was a few years earlier, like in the Rosberg era, then they was dominating the field by quite some margin, so they didn't have to worry about undercuts and that by other teams. So they could always have a straight fight. They said he'd be in the sport in 2020. So he must know something that we don't. Yeah, Verline as well. He was a hot prospect, but he never really, it was hard for him to shine when he was in that Sauber. Yeah, I would very much like to see Rosberg in the sport, but I think he's very content after that. Yeah, here's McLaren back out on track. Just come out the pits. Things the teams need to do right now. They need to do runs on fuel loads, different types of fuel loads with different compounds to see how the tyres are going to perform this year as well. So obviously with the new aero regulations, that's going to play the key part. How the front tyres, are they going to have to work harder? They're going to get scrubbed more. All of these kind of things we don't know. Rosberg heavily involved in Formula E. He tested the new Formula E car. I remember watching the video on that. And I like his vlogs as well. He's very complimentary of Lewis, like last year in Hockenheim when he had that incredible 14th to 1st victory. He is, literally. It's a Sunday afternoon drive for him. Not as sunny day as yesterday, yeah, it's a bit cooler, which is quite nice because we got sunburnt yesterday. So we're going to give Lewis a bit of a wave, so I'm going to pass the camera over to Laura for the time being.
Second?
What the guy's saying, Laura, talk to him.
No, you talk to that. I've got no idea how to answer.
Have a chat. You're gonna have to put another one on somewhere.
Yeah.
To turn 5. We're going to see the cars through turn 5. We're going to follow around here, then we may have to jump back under and around to get to turn 3, I think. So I don't think we'll be able to get there from here. Shall we, my darling?
Yep.
All yours, boss. Swear off.
There you go.
That one takes 2. So we're going for another launch stroll. Yeah, I think that only covers turn 2. And these guys have got a good idea up on the bridge. We should go up on the roof there for a minute. Richard, walk down the hill. Let's go up on the top there. Time to move now, Haas. Now move your Haas to a new spot. We got the Haas jokes going on. Like it a lot. Whoops. So we're going to stay with the main straight for a minute. We're going to see if we can get a clear shot of them running through from the main straight down into turn 1. What do you mean? What happened? Can you see everything all right? Oh, this is good, boys. This is good. Haas. Okay, now back on. Do we have a bit of problem there with the stream? No worries, boss. So you want to see him under braking into turn 1? Oh, he might have just accidentally pressed something, mate. So through coming his racing point. Sun's out now. Charles Leclerc. Here's the horse. Move your horse. Move your horse, mate. Go on. Yeah, great view here. You'd love to be a race day because look, if you sat on the corner, hopefully they'll move in a minute. You'll be able to get all the way down the main straight there. All the way through and around. No, mate, no. Not yet. Let's not try and jinx it, Ramashima. So just see a few more cars coming through turn 1, 2 from this angle. And then I'll move my horse and go for a stroll. Yep. It's that artificial grass we got going on. So next year I'll try and get one of them gyroscopic handheld things, you know, where it stops all the shaky. Yeah, a few £100 though, they are, I think.
Really?
Yeah, really expensive. Yeah. See if we can get a cheap one. Through Cummins to Haas. Listen to that sound. So we're going to move up a bit here. We're going to see them on full power going on to full brakes. It's getting a bit warm now. Clouds are parting. Oh, this is a lovely view. Look at this. Again, dual angle. Okay, just leave it here. You know where it is, yeah? Okay. Racing Point is cut off the throttle quite early. I think you're right. I think he's a very solid driver. He's a solid driver, but at the same time, how is he going to perform in that car? Yeah, great roof in there. Listen to the Haas. It sounds like one of them small private jets, like the one that Lewis has got. His Bombardier. You hear the Haas come past. I think this is him. Yeah, here it comes. Very distinct sound. Quite like Stroll. I think it's very hard for him to get any praise when, you know, his dad's sort of brought him into the sport. Literally brought him in. Brought him in. Just want to hear this Haas go past again. Pass me a rich energy, Ferrari a lot heavier on the brakes, and he's going to get caught up behind him now. Bit of a rookie. Bit of a rookie. Gonna have plenty of Haas jokes this year, as we did last. Here's the Haas listen. Definitely the turbo that gives it that sound. Very close indeed, Raz. I'm going to call you Raz. Raz Al Ghul. So I'll wait here until my beloved comes back. It was Lance Stroll getting in the way. He's taking a stroll and the Ferrari was going for a sprint. Keep saying Force India. This has to be a joke. Turbo same as the Ferrari? Well, it sounds remarkably different. They've got the same power unit, but there's definitely something different about it. Here it comes again. Such a loud whistle to it. So Magnussen 120.0. Not bad. Hasta la vista. And they keep on coming. The gift that keeps on giving is Haas. Haas on the slow down lap, but look at it. Favourite sounding car for me is the Haas right now with that turbo whistle to it. Never get bored of it. I think that's a champion in waiting there, Charles Leclerc. Remember guys, give me a like on the video, yeah, if you're enjoying it. Hello. Already done, mate. Already done. Hashtag loving the Right.
Shall we?
Go for a stroll?
Yeah.
Let's go for a Lance. I think he'll do well this year.
Wow.
Racing Point. Yeah. The lady is back.
Yay.
The lady is back. Yeah, we're in for a great season. Harsh no change sounds great though. Here we go. It's too well. Thank you guys. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, everywhere that you've seen me going is on a £20 ticket, mate. Every single place. So we're going to walk over to turn 5 now. See them on the throttle coming out the corner. I'm going to go up and over the bridge over here. Oh, only one car on track. Maybe they've stopped for a cup of tea. We'll just get a shot of what car's on track at the minute. Davai? Is that how you say it? Davai? Show coming through. Can't really see him through the tree there. You see the Ferrari come through. Head over. It looks red to me. To be honest, it doesn't look much different from previous iterations. Only noticeable thing is the black on the car, as opposed to the white details of like the Renault sponsor. Much preferred it in white. It makes it stand out, jump out a bit more at you. Maybe because it's the black on the red. Maybe that's why it's looking a bit more orange to you. You never know. We're just going to head up the hill over here slightly. We'll flip the camera back. See them come up and under the bridge. How are we doing, my darling?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good so far.
Thanks, Raz. You're definitely my... Went to Alfred's. Yeah, you're definitely representing us very well, Raz. Thanks a lot for your support, mate. Really appreciate it. Top bloke. Oh, how are the legs holding up today?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Just a bit steep from here.
Bit stiff.
Steep. Yeah.
Steep. Oh yeah. Going uphill. Got a lot of undulation. Hi ho, hi ho. Off the F1 we go. It's all gone quiet again, boys and girls. All gone quiet. I was hoping we could put the camera up on here, but we can't. I'm gonna have to hold it. So from up here, if you go to general admission, you could see into turn 1 over here. We need you online. Only 60 likes. 237 watching anytime. And asked Ferrari for orange paint, but didn't have a clue what I was on about. Oh dear. Well, some people won't be watching the comments what's going on, boys, so they won't really... Take a seat if you want, babe.
Are we gonna see here?
We're going to sit here. Hopefully a few more cars will come on track. You want to get some photos, though? We need some stills. Here's Charles. Did Albon run after that little escapade? I think he did. I do believe so. I need to have a drink in a minute. Thanks for the likes. We're up to 63 likes. This man's got the right idea. Good guy. That's it, mate. Yeah. Yeah, afterwards we can. Look at him. It's what you call F1 enthusiasts. Hopefully the car's coming back round for him. I think we've got a Ferrari coming down the main. You can even see the main straight from here. Here comes the Ferrari. And in turn 1, 2. Not really pushing it much. Yeah, he'll come past here. So you might want to get it as he comes through. If you stand here, darling, stand here. There's that gap in the fence. You get a clear shot, or just on the apex. We got the green and the red and white curb. It's coming now. So what we want to do is we want to do the speed shot. You know, it's so we've got an Alpha on track, followed by a Racing Point. So it's Giovinazzi and Lance Stroll. So we're coming around in about 10 seconds. Yeah, braking, accelerating up and around. There we go. Here's Giovinazzi. By the Racing Point. Thank you for your support, guys. Feeling the love over here. Feeling the love. How many days are we here for? Last day today, I'm afraid. Back to work. Albon is steady improvements and now reads a 1:20.2 impressive lap time. Yes, has 30 laps on board. Yeah. Like Mozart music to my ears. Very good job. Very good job. Did you ever go on the SimTech simulator? No, I went straight here. Straight here. I might try and do it at the end of the day. How did your time analysis go yesterday? To be honest, Kevin, I was so exhausted by the time I got back to the hotel. We had a bit of a torrid journey back home. Lots of traffic. Got lost. Took about 4 different detours on the way home. So literally got back. Everything was dead on power. So we had to charge everything up. And at that point, I just needed to break from screens and everything, so I just went to sleep. So what I'll be doing is, after the 2 days of testing, they'll have plenty more data, so that's when I'll really start to break it down, and I'll do like an analysis afterwards. Standing there. Do the multi-shot. Where's that? Go jump on that. That's what you've done before. Here's Lewis. We'll try and get a shot of Lewis in anger around here. And we'll try and move up and see where we can get closer to the track. How are we doing for battery? Bloody hell, we're charging, it's still 20%. Yeah, I had one of their local beers at Moritz last night. and pint of. Well, they don't do pints here. Heineken, which is much needed. We could, Adrian, but it's just difficult to explain it to my boss. Might lose my job. So fuel pressure a problem for Haas. Has to be something wrong. There's Lewis. Got some good photos? Yeah, we'll share them with you later on. You know, boys and girls, we could always, take it in turns. It's hard to get 2 weeks off work. That's pretty much my holiday entitlement gone, decimated. Sun's gone back in now, so track temperature will start to slowly drop. Quite big clouds up in the sky at the minute. I would say all except Force India. I keep saying Force fucking. All except the Haas, I think. Try and get some shots for you. I don't want to climb up on this like the guy was. I don't want to get kicked out the track, but. We could have a bit of rain on the way. Potentially. Up to 65 likes. Beautiful scenery around here. Beautiful. Toro Rosso out on track. Shall we?
Yeah.
Move spots. Yeah. I'm gonna change positions. Gonna go for another lance. See where we can get to. So bear with me, there'll be a short interlude. Whilst we try and find another vantage point. We've not been on the inner track so much. So if you want to go get a comfort break, go put the kettle on, go take a leak, do your business. What's funny?
You've been tea deprivated, huh?
Will you stay till the end of testing today? Yes. Yes, I will. Just hoping we'll get enough data to see us through. Started the day with, I think, 5.8 gigs left on my account. Which, to be fair, now 2.5 hours. Gracias, amigo. De nada. It means no worries. No problemo. No problemo. I don't know if you can see over the barrier. I can't. See any cars? You alright, Laura? Yeah? Sleepy?
Okay, now.
Yeah? Good. Things I make this woman do.
What I do.
Legends. I can see half of them. Okay. We're not sure if we can get over this section of track. We're gonna try. Solida, solida, way out, way out. There we are. Oost. Oost. And there's a gap in the barrier there. You see, it's FA. It's like someone's had a bit of a skid off there. Some thick tyre marks. And the Lique. Welcome. Yes. Only fellas today, half of them, thank you. No problem. Only for today, mate. You won't see me off today. If you do want me to do like, if you'd be interested, I don't know if you would, like race recaps and stuff like that, you know, after events, just to give my thoughts, you know, like little blogs or something. I'm up for doing that. Let me know. We'll talk about it over some photos. Of course, I can't use actual TV footage or anything like that. If I'm at the track, I'll try and get some footage for you as well. It's the plan to go Silverstone. Might squeeze another one in. I'll have to talk to the bank manager. Ring work and ask if you can stay. Unfortunately, my colleague, who's like the same as me. That's be a good viewpoint. Yeah, definitely get some vlogs done, fella. All right, cheers, Warren. Appreciate that, mate. Even if we like do it between us, you know, we can do Google Hangouts or. This is turn 4, leading down to turn 5. Another car coming through. You can see the marbles already forming on the outside of the track right now. Where we can see who's planted and who's twitching. Okay, so we can get out here actually. We're alright. This is very good. See, look, this is the setup we need, boys. That's the proper setup. Proper tripod and everything. Yeah, this is a nice viewpoint. We're going to see the whole of turn 4 pretty much now. Yeah, sounds good. Might be able to catch him from the other side now. If you hop across here, just on the other side, it's a great track to explore. See Lewis just going past there. Oh yeah, this is good. I need to go down the steps.
Yeah.
See, wherever you go on this circuit, you can normally see like 2 different viewpoints. So definitely a good one for the fans. Some really nice corners. So over the back there, you've got the paddock. Yes, Toro Rosso going to come through in a minute. Yeah, got the green lights in the back there. And that's it, boys and girls, we're up to 70 likes. I appreciate it. Here comes Lewis. Go on, champ! And she will. I sort of like sweetened the deal to start with because I took her away for 3 days. And I sorted all of that out. Took her back home. And now we're here. Still jacket weather at the minute. Williams planning to run tomorrow? No, don't believe so. I think they're not going to get here until tomorrow morning in the very, very early hours. I think they're going to depart from the Williams factory tonight. Probably won't get here till the early hours. And then they've got to put everything together, try and fire it up. So they're going to do a night shift tonight. I've been told, well, I've not been told by Claire, but I've listened to her in an interview. And yeah, we'll be doing a all-nighter. Good morning. Come fast. So good to see Haas back out on track. I do like the McLaren livery. Very nice. So I'm going to pass over camera duty in a minute to Laura. They should have done all-nighters during the winter to come here. Well, that's the thing. Apparently Paddy was warned by some of the team that they wasn't going to make certain things on time. However, he didn't change anything. He didn't change the schedule of their pre-season, and that's what's left them in the shit. So apparently it's fallen on his head, all of this. So they're going to probably get 1 day of testing if they're lucky. And that's what Robert Kubica wants especially, and George Russell. So remember, Kubica is going to be driving with 70 to 80% of one hand. So he's going to need a lot of laps under him to try and get up to speed. They did plan to have Latifi in the car as well. I think they're going to scrap that now and just have George. No timing data, no. I've got absolutely nothing. I'm flying blind. So Lewis running the C3 compound yet again. There is a lot of rift between Paddy and the board, yeah. I think he thinks he's bigger than what he is, you know, bigger than the team, which is not what you want to see. Some nice photos. I just need a drink and stuff. My throat is... I'm talking too much. Okay. I'm not normally a talker. Get the flag out for us for the next lap. Move down a bit.
Yeah.
Move down a bit. See this corner, chaps? Let us know.
Take this off my race.
Got a sick horse on track, sick horse. Looks like they're going to be going back into the box. Drag race going down into turn one. We had I think the horse was still on track actually. Maybe it wasn't sick, maybe he just had to change engine mode or something like that. We want to be on the brow of this hill, we just want to see them hit the apex out to the exit. Get a few stills. Don't know if he's still out. Yeah, I know you weren't. Great shots, Laura. Laura's on the wheel. Laura's driving. What's going on, Richard? Richard hit like 77, 78 on some. On somewhat. As soon as Smedley left, I raised red flags for me. Yeah, Smedley was a great engineer. How loud are the engines? Yeah, we got up to 80 on one of them. pretty sure if the Williams... Yeah, it all depends. It's a brand new car, so to put a car together doesn't mean it's going to work straight away. And you have to also bear in mind that most cars run shakedowns already. Like, I call it a shakedown. Some teams might call it a filming day, but it's just where you bolt the car together, you just cruise around the track, you just make sure all four wheels stay on the car, nothing's flying off, that the pressures are all good. And that the thing bloody drives basically. So with the Williams, we don't even know if it's capable of driving, if it's going to be crabbing all over the track, if it's, you know, got too much understeer, oversteer. So they're already on the back foot. They can't bring any extra updates for the following week now. A lot of the other teams, they might make slight marginal gains by, you know, getting new components out to the track, maybe just a slight adjustment to certain aerodynamic so you don't know. So, it's not really good. So you probably won't see the full package until the second, maybe when we get to Spain, when we get to the European part of the season. We don't know. That's a Ferrari. Great turn of direction there. No hesitation up for that high-speed corner. It looks cold out today. It's not as windy as it was in the evening yesterday. Sorry, what was that comment? I just missed it. Gary Anderson was saying on the F1 channel last night, it could be up to 100 different components that may not be right. Doesn't bode well at all. At all. It's got to be a Haas. Don't even need to see it. No, that's a Haas. Great inside knowledge, Warren. Thank you very much. We won't get to see you in that corner. I know, Raz. Just in case. Great pickup on the Ferrari mid-corner. The change of direction is something incredible in it as well. Laura's on the wheel. Nails. Good to say thanks again for the great footage and say hi to the lovely missus. Hi. Max drove 128 laps, which is 369.7 miles, 595 kilometers. So what's 595 kilometers equivalent to driving from where to where? That would be interesting. Probably from like London to Manchester or something like that. Something about brake components just not fitting, had to be newly manufactured. Those parts are on the trucks that depart tonight. Chassis will be flown. Interesting, thanks for that. It's pretty damning if you can't get components to fit. So that means they're going to be making compromises, surely. So poor Laura, the amount of people you have to say hi to. Gasly, getting a bit too friendly with the old curbs up there. That's the thing, if you get on the curb over here, it really unsettles the car. compromises your exit, and again you're going to lose speed all the way up through this fast section and round into the back straight up there. So really don't want to do it, especially the inside curb here. It will chuck you way over to the other side. So it's all about being as conservative as you can, so slow in and fast out through this corner. So what we'll probably be doing is stopping the stream around the lunch break. It's got about 20 minutes of running left. You can really see the flow viz there on the side of the Toro Rosso. The normally silver R to the red was actually bright green. Cash is king in this sport. Is definitely Williams struggling on lanes. Got the feeling is Gasly is going to struggle against Max. Well, Max is he's been in that car for a while now. He's surely the top driver within that team as it stands. Could all change. He's a good racer, Gasly, but when the elbows come out, I'm sure he's going to get preferential treatment. So, okay, so yesterday, Sebastian Vettel has driven the equivalent of Amsterdam to Paris.
Really?
Yeah. That's incredible. So no wonder he deserves a day off. You go sit down. We've got 20 minutes left and we've got an hour break. So we can just chill. London to Glasgow. Wow. You wouldn't fancy doing that drive, would you? Especially at these kind of speeds. You've got to remember, he's not going for a Sunday drive. He's giving it large. Gonna take a seat now. What? So who's impressed you so far? Out of the new boys we've had on track? We've had Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Lando Norris. Any standout performances for you? Of course, Leclerc's probably got the best looking car out there in terms of performance. Kubica seems strong. Bless him. Poor Kubica. He needs as many miles as he can get, doesn't he? Hope he's doing overtime in the simulator at the minute. No, it's not going to help him in terms of physicality. Standing right in the way, mate. Right in the way. Yeah, Giovinazzi seems pretty competitive. So how is his times comparable to Kimi? Can we get any comparisons on the same compound from yesterday? Slight oversteer from Lewis. I think he put a wheel on the curb there. Cheers, Razvan. Or Danuts. Danuts? What is it? Nuruk. Nuruk. Well, we saw the 1 lap pace from Honda last year. They managed to get, when Honda really wanted to turn it up. Second favourite team. Second favourite team has to be McLaren. Followed them pretty much from when Lewis was there through all them years. So yeah, definitely McLaren. Lando was drag racing, his old Norris with C2. Kimi yesterday it was on a C3 and on a 119.4, Giovinazzi on a C4 119. So he should, you would expect him to be about a second quicker Giovinazzi, I suppose. Let's give him time though. Definitely got some good data, boys. Ask Razvan. Ferrari aborted that lap. Stay here, babe. I'm gonna go for a walk. Closer to the action, boys and girls. I don't think there's any limitations on testing. I think you can chuck as much at it as you want. Started something here, mate. Richard, missed that. Someone come inside to work. No luck to you too.
Maldonado sí llegó a ganar alguna carrera. Sí, aquí. Ganó una. Aquí.
So we're going to have a late flurry of cars now, just before the lunch break. How long we got? About 10 minutes. Is that Ferrari still looking as tidy with Junior behind the wheel? Very, very tidy. Great change of direction, stable under braking, good acceleration out of the corner. Ferrari looks like the complete package so far. Left Laura up on the hill at the minute. She's alright, she's chilling. Just see if there's any more cars to come around and then we'll jump back up. Thank you, Mike. Is it a mistake? Practically green now, the bloody Toro Rosso, the amount of flow this. Surely not, Razvan. Surely not. I don't think they'd bring last year's car here. Let's have a look. Definitely the new car. I can tell by the front wing and the rear wing, so definitely not W09. Definitely not. Yeah, 100% not the old car. That's for sure. We're gonna go keep Laura company. What's up? Well, Williams, they've got their old car here. I don't see any personnel. Let's put it that way. 8 minutes left. So yeah, it's the old car from last year they got in the garage, but it's unaccompanied. So we're going to try and get down back straight, down into that heavy braking zone. Someone just done a start from the pit lane, Lando Norris. You're going to see some low fuel runs now probably, Laura. I'm asking you. Yeah. Will you be back after lunch, bro? Yes, I will. So probably about 2 o'clock. Does it for me. She does indeed. She's a trooper. You're a legend amongst F1 fans. So no, Max is not out on track today. It's Gasly's turn to have the car all day. So these are the final few laps for Lewis for today. He'll be handing the car over to Bottas for the afternoon. If it's anything like yesterday, they won't be straight out the box because they'll have to do his car fitting and everything. Adjust it to his liking. Laura, best girlfriend ever. Agreed. Agreed. I think I'm going to have some competition soon. More so than I already have. Salute, Laura. 2 gold medals. Charles is out on track. Five minutes, 15 seconds remaining. So yeah, Barcelona time, 2 o'clock, action resumes. So we'll go get a bite to eat from our lunch that we've got, and then we will be back at 2 o'clock local time. How much Flo-Viz? I think the whole bloody bottle, mate. All you freeloaders like this video. Why not? You see it from a mile off. Pretty effective in spotting the cars. Someone else is doing a pit lane start or something. Hello, Remix. Yeah, it does work, man. There it is again, look. I think there's more on the other side of the car. The right hand side is completely coated. Maybe the left side of the side is more error working through that. Because you're going around all these clockwise corners. Maybe it's scrubbing it off a bit better. Do they sound different from last year? The Haas sounds different to everything altogether. The cars, they sound a tiny bit meatier. They still sound beautiful as ever. A lot of people don't like these sound of the hybrids, but I'm a big fan of them, to be quite honest. I think that turbo, the off-throttle downshifts. I mean, we was blessed with the V10s, the V8 era. To be honest, I don't want to go back there because that's old technology, it's old news. We've been there, done that. To have a 1.6 litre engine be able to do like 0 to 100 back to 0 again in about 6 seconds is crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's what Gary Anderson was talking about, that last year on the overrun when you come off the throttle, there was cutting cylinders, maybe running on about 2 cylinders, and to get the retiming, remapping going. So that's why he was sounding like a bag of nails, because it was like coughing and spluttering, basically misfiring, just to save fuel. And now this year they're not doing that, they're not running it, they've got a new concept. So could you make the sound when they drive by? Just for fun, why not? Okay. Yeah, tried to resync the pistons last year. Someone else doing some burnouts in the pit lane by the sound of it. Yeah, it should stop now. Rev up. 2.5 burnouts normally. It's before a practice start. Yeah, you can hear him revving up. Here we go. Hear him in the background. Not really going past the speed, so I can't do it in the hour so much. I think everyone go to pit lane. It's a bit of a walk to get to the pit lane. I'm halfway around the track now. Yeah, it doesn't really work when it's like mid-apex. We've got 45 seconds on the clock. So this is the opportunity normally at the end of a session where the teams would like to go and do a practice start before the pit lane closes. Obviously they can't do it on track, so they do it at the end of the pit lane. Renault's back out, Yeah, looks like he's going to come straight back in. He won't make it back round before the checker. Oh, lovely. We're up to 90 likes. Thank you very much. That's all I'm doing. Danny Rick back on track with a new rear wing. So for those of you just joining us earlier in the day, we managed to catch Danny Rick going off at turn 1 when his rear wing failed and detached itself from the car. And he went into the gravel trap. He managed to somehow drive out the gravel trap, which was really good driving, and he also kept it out the barrier. Sounds like a jet, a high snarl scream when a throttle. Sound aggressive as a car looks. Indeed. Okay. So they just completed their laps. They would have just seen the finish of the morning session. That means we won't be seeing Lewis for the rest of the day. So everyone will slowly make their way back to the pits, and then we're going to go for a few sandwiches. Yeah, I think Daniel Ricciardo is probably a lot of people's second favourite driver. Thank you, Ted. I mean, Raz. Thank you. The fact he's kept it out of the barrows is awesome. Almost. Okay, boys and girls, that brings an end to the morning session from the track. I hope you enjoyed the video and the action we brought to you. Please leave a link for any fellow F1 fans who want to, who can't see it on the TV. It'd be great to hear from you. You give me some feedback, what you want to see, what you want to hear about. And any final words, Laura?
No, see you later.
See you later. Is that a promise? From you. Yeah, so we'll be switching phones and data packs later on so we can keep the stream running for you. And I'll see you in not 2 hours, 1 hour. It's a 1 hour break and we'll be back in action. Thanks a lot and enjoy your lunch.